Hi everyone. For more than a decade now, actor Huma Qureshi has built a career which is one of the most versatile in the Indian entertainment space, and everything on her own terms. Today, we sit down with her for a candid conversation about her journey, career, life, and everything in between. Thank you, Huma, for joining us, and thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you
in
so
between
much.
your promotions for Baby
No, thank
Do
you
Die
very
Do.
much. And this was long due, but I'm glad we finally managed to do it.
Huma, you're gearing up with Baby Do Die Do, and you're in between promotions, and it's the first time you're playing a Indian Desi hit woman, and it's also under your own production.
Yes.
What is the most exciting part about this project?
Everything. I think there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of merits, there's a lot of fun in putting something out, on your own into the world, and it's also very intimidating. But I always believe that when other people don't give you opportunities, you create your own. And that's exactly what has happened with Baby Do Die Do under my home production with me and my brother, is that, we really believe in the story and we didn't know how it was going to ever get made. And here we are making it, producing it and putting it out there and releasing it on our own.
You're always known for choosing unexpected and unconventional roles. So when you first saw the script for Baby Do Die Do, were you really excited or did you hesitate? Or what was the thought process?
I was excited from day one. This script was actually originally written by Parvez Sheikh and Jasmeet Treen, and I had actually read it a while back, and almost 4 years back we acquired the rights to it, and since then I've been wanting to make it. Didn't know how it was going to get made, what was going to happen, and the script has also had its own journey. I read it, I loved it, got the rights, sent it to Saqib, he loved it, he sent it to Nachiket, who loved it. Then we got another writer, Gaurav Sharma, to work on it. We completely rewrote a lot of the parts of it. So the original story is Parvez and Jasmeet's, but of course Gaurav Sharma and Nachiket, our director, they sort of have reimagined it, made the character the central protagonist, deaf and mute. And it's quite a journey actually that this script has taken, and it's been slowly we've made this film, and slowly different people have sort of gotten together, and the idea under our home production is that we want to tell stories that appeal to us. We want to tell stories for a larger cross section of people, and we also want to tell stories that give other people like us a chance, who possibly are not getting those opportunities that they deserve. All I can say, this is a film that's made, it's a very small film. It's made up of like entirely people who are making this with a lot of passion, with a lot of hard work, with a hell lot of ambition. And I do believe that, hum dono bhai behn hi lage rehte hain. I call it a little cottage industry where we are making movies. But we make them for you, and we really would like for you to like support us, appreciate us, encourage us, so we can tell more such stories.
Right. When you look back at your journey, starting from Gangs of Wasseypur to a lot followed after that, now producing your own films, what is the most surprising version of Huma Qureshi that the young girl who came from Delhi would be surprised about?
How audacious she is, how brave she has become. If you told me that I was going to be sitting here at the cusp of my home production releasing, that we're going to be releasing it on our own without the backing of any of these traditional big banners, I would be like, scoffing at it or laughing at it. I wouldn't believe it. But, here you are, and here we are, and here we are trying to do this. And I think it gives me a lot of joy to be this brave and audacious, and to sort of, put myself out there. But I guess there's no other way. That's the only way, and you have to pave your own way. And I feel like just the kind of person I am, the kind of actor I am, the kind of relationship over the years I've had with the audiences, I feel like they have always, they have always received me with open arms, and they've given me their love whenever I've tried to do something different, or whenever I've tried to do something out of the box. And I think that's our relationship. So just keeping that forward, I'm like, I think this is the natural path for us.
Yeah, I think that's the most beautiful part of you as an actor, choosing something that has not been done.
I guess, kya kare?
You grew up in a family that was not associated with the film industry. What upbringing or what part of upbringing does still be with you when you make decisions about being an actor?
Well, the way I was raised was very middle class, boring, traditional. Hardworking, like everyone else. And I think just the simple values of like hard work, patience, persistence, not giving up, slow and steady wins the race. These are just things that were instilled into us bachpan se. So those are, I think, just the values that I hold dear to me. And I feel those are the things, and I feel, which is why I'm never in a hurry, I'm never in a rush. Thanda karke khao, you know, very classical, old school, traditional ways of looking at your career, your life path. I don't believe in like quick rich, or I feel the faster you go up sometimes, you know, is also maybe your roots are not too deep in. So I'd like to sort of slowly build myself up, and yeah, and I'd never look at winning at the cost of anyone else. I always look at winning by improving my own game.
Very well said. I mean, for the kind of actor you are, what was the point when this passion for acting or the interest for acting turned into obsession? What was that one role?
Obsession. I don't know. I think perhaps when I started doing theatre, I think that's when the obsession started. You know, I think just being on the rangmanch, as they say, and seeing people and the way they respond to you. And I think theatre really, you know, gives you that confidence. So when I came to Mumbai as well, and I started doing movies, or started first doing ad films, I would walk on a movie set or a film set, and I would see like, you know, a really big actor or a really big director or really big like senior technicians doing their work. But because I had that background in theatre, I was able to stand there and I was able to be like, no, I'm new, but that doesn't mean I don't know my job. So my sense of confidence came from me knowing my job, or me knowing how to act. Of course, not in a rude, or not in a you know, I don't know, boastful sort of a way, but in a more sort of just being like, nahi, haan, theek hai, sab kaam kar rahe hain, and you know, everyone's trying to do something together, and I deserve to be here. I belong here. I could be new, but I belong in this room. So I always walked onto a film set and having that sense of like belonging. And yeah, I think it served me pretty okay.
Of course, you did not have a Bollywood launch pad, so to say. Since you talked about belongingness now, what was harder, finding opportunities or the struggle to make people believe that yes, you belong here?
I think, you know, till the time I was just new, and I was walking into rooms and people were just auditioning me, I found it easier to land parts, because somebody would switch on the camera and I would just read my lines, and I you know, was able to convince them just by the virtue of my work was I able to do. I think post my first couple of few films, I understood like there's a lot more one has to navigate. That, the politics of that I found very difficult to navigate. I didn't understand it at all. I still don't understand it, and I keep saying it, like there's still so many rooms I don't know what to say or what to do, because I don't understand how that rolls. So I just focus on just doing my work.
But then, what's the one thing that people think about Huma Qureshi is absolutely wrong, that you like to debunk?
To debunk? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm too busy doing my own work to worry about what people are thinking about me. I really don't. I feel like my job is to put out my work. It's not to overthink on part of other people.
Right. Many actors, or I mean many actors, so to say, they come to OTT only after establishing themselves in the film space. But OTT has only amplified your stardom. So, like, what kind of opportunities OTT gave you that Indian cinema couldn't?
Because I think the difference in I think other people and me doing OTT is that I started it. You know, I didn't follow suit after people had done it. I was one of the first people to do OTT, whether it was leading my own series or my films coming over there, because I understood the power and the reach of OTT when people were still trying to be wary of it. And in fact, I did a Hollywood film with someone like a Zack Snyder because I had done a series on Netflix and because he had seen it. And I feel like that's the power and potential of doing you know, a series that sort of crosses over, has. Today, Maharani is very well into its season 5, and the kind of reach that that show has is beyond perhaps a lot of blockbuster films would even have. And that is because I think I was early to the game, as opposed to being like, acha ab मैं अपना debut करने वाली हूँ. I think I didn't come with that mindset, and now I think perhaps while other people are still figuring it out, I think I will be the first one to exit this also. कि मेरा हो गया. No, I really feel like for me it's important not to follow the herd mentality. Okay, now people are doing it, so it's socially acceptable. It's always trying to find an opportunity in spaces that don't exist before, because otherwise the space is too cluttered. I think when I I was really blessed. My first film, ends up going to the Cannes Film Festival. It also ends up doing a solid box office. Is one of those rare films that gets critical appreciation and box office. Happens very rarely. So I think for my first film, I was accepted as an actor. It took much longer for me to, I think, I don't know, become a bankable star in that sense. So I think people would always say, oh yeah, she's a solid actor, but now I think the journey is a little bit different. But you're right, absolutely. OTT has really helped me solidify that reach.
Right, because you mentioned about Rani Bharti, that's also one of my favorite characters. What has Rani Bharti taught Huma Qureshi that she did not know before?
More strength. More strength and a certain amount of fearlessness. I think Rani Bharti is extremely fearless. Huma was a lot more fearful when she started, but Rani Bharti is definitely far more fearless than Huma is, or can never be. So I do lean into that energy a lot.
Right. When you approach to roles towards OTT and roles towards traditional cinema, do you approach differently, or
no?
What's the mindset?
No, I don't tweak my acting based on the platform. I think you have to do your part with as much authenticity as you can. You don't tweak it according to platform.
Yeah. Do you remember any opportunity that you just let go of and now you regret about?
No, I don't regret any opportunity. I'm sure many people regret not working with me because they chucked me out of the films.
But what's the biggest risk that you've taken so far?
Oh, I would say Maharani would be a big risk, no? At the time that I did it, that was a big risk. Sony Live was not the big established platform it is today. It was fairly new, working with new makers. Scam also hadn't come out. I was doing a part that was far older than I was, with children and this and that, and a graph that was only going to get older and older. So for an actress, that's sort of like the death knell to be playing such unglamorous parts. But I was like, hey, we live in an age of social media where people are constantly aware of who I am, what I look like, what I have for breakfast. And as an actress, in today's day and age, if I'm going to be so 1990s in my thinking, then I don't deserve to be here. I have to be there, I have to do performances that just wow people. And if I am here for the long game and I'm an actor who wants to, play for not just her looks or beauty or fashion, but also longevity, then this is something I have to absolutely lean into. So I would say that would be my biggest risk.
Yeah. Launching the production house with Saqib, I'm sure it was very personal for you.
Yes.
Beyond just producing films, what are the problems that you want to solve under that production house? Be it with filmmakers, storytellers?
Well, for me, the most important thing is, I travel a lot and I talk to a lot of people, and not just from our film industry, so that I'm a little sort of cut off from this whole Banda Juhu mentality. I talk to regular people when I travel. And I'm like, okay, what are you watching? What are you listening to? What do you enjoy? What do you like about those movies? Or what are you gravitating towards? I'm really interested in the Indian consumer, as they say. And it's very fascinating. They all have, I do believe that the films that we're making currently, the overall IQ of the Indian audience is far higher than what we're giving them. I feel like the people in positions of power are still thinking 10 years back, and they're still making films, iska remake, uska part 2, uska 3, wahi bana rahe hain. But people are not really seeing that actually the overall IQ of people has really, really gone up. They've started watching so much international, Malayalam, regional, just so much content in general. They're really, really well versed, and they need something new, and which is what it's our responsibility as artists, as creators, to give to them. So I want to, under this production house, want to make those kind of new stories. With a different visual grammar, with a different kind of style of storytelling, different approach to music. I do want to give a lot of new people, a lot of opportunities. Like in our film as well, there's so many new people, and there's so many established people as well, but just really talented people, which could include even technicians, which could include even our music director, just bunch of people who are really, really good at what they do. And I think that essentially is our North Star.
You're working with your brother Saqib.
Yes.
So, do you happen to have creative differences? And when you have, who generally wins the arguments?
Whoever screams the loudest. That's usually him. No, jokes aside, I think it's extremely, extremely difficult to work with a sibling or any family member. I mean, because I feel like you never know when the work stops and when your personality or your personal life takes over. So it's extremely tough. But I also feel like he's the only person who's got my back. He's the only person who really has seen me and I've seen him in his day-to-day journey and struggle. And I do believe that if there's one person who understands what I'm going through, it's him. I think we sort of undervalue the impact our siblings have on us. I mean, they understand us perhaps sometimes even better than our parents do, because you grow up together. And I do believe that the way he bats for me, or the way he champions me, nobody else has ever done that in my life. The fact that the last couple of years he has only and only worked on this film and given this his time, energy, blood, sweat and tears says a lot, and is testament to his sort of passion for producing this, but also how much he wants to see us shine. And I'm just really grateful to
The
have
us
him
factor
on.
matters a lot.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
After such a wide portfolio of work that you've done so far, what is that one achievement that you feel that makes you feel successful about yourself in your own eyes?
I don't know, the fact that I can take care of my parents, or I can do small things for them. Maybe it could just even mean like taking them for a holiday, or doing something for them that just brings a smile to their face, or makes them feel a little proud in front of their neighbors. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Huma, one last thing. Being at the best point of your career right now, how do you plan to take the brand Huma Qureshi forward from here?
Oh dear, I have no idea. I don't even know if this is the best phase of my career. I think I'm on the verge of the best phase of my career. This is the starting point, not the end.
Thank you, Huma, for such a candid conversation. It was very honest of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.